Andrew was what you'd call a hopeless romantic. He met Julia during their first year of college, and for him it was love at first sight. He was the quiet, studious type, while she was the life of every party. Opposites attract, right? For 4 years they were inseparable. Andrew supported Julia through everything. He helped her study for exams she was too busy to prepare for, wrote papers for her when she was overwhelmed, and even paid for her share of the rent when her part-time job wasn't enough. His friends would often warn him, saying he was doing too much, that Julia was taking him for granted. But Andrew was blinded by love. He believed he was just being a good boyfriend, building a future with the woman he planned to marry. After graduation, they moved into a small apartment together. Andrew landed a stable job in an accounting firm, while Julia decided to pursue her dream of being a social media influencer. Andrew was her biggest cheerleader, became her unofficial photographer, videographer, and editor. He'd spend his weekends helping her create content, researching trends, and engaging with her followers. He didn't mind the work because he loved seeing her happy and successful. Her channel started to grow, slowly at first, then all at once. She was getting brand deals, invitations to exclusive events, and her follower count was skyrocketing. As Julia's fame grew, Andrew started to feel like a background character in her life. She was always on her phone, collaborating with other influencers or traveling for work. The time they spent together became less about them and more about her next post. She started criticizing him, saying he wasn't ambitious enough, that his 9-to-5 job was boring. He tried to be more involved, suggesting new content ideas. But she would dismiss them, saying he didn't get the industry. The final blow came when Julia was invited to a creators retreat in Bali for a month. She told him it was a huge opportunity and that he would fit in with the high-energy crowd. So, he stayed behind, house-sitting and taking care of her cat like he always did. While she was away, he'd see her posts, living a glamorous life, surrounded by other creators. One of them, a fitness influencer named Leo, started appearing in her stories more and more frequently. Andrew felt a knot of anxiety tighten in his stomach, but he trusted her. Then, on what would have been their 5th anniversary, he stayed up late, hoping for a call. The call never came. Instead, the next morning, he woke up to a tagged photo on her feed. It was Julia and Leo kissing on a beach at sunset. The caption read, "Found my soulmate in paradise." Just like that, his world collapsed. His phone buzzed with a short, cold text from Julia. "I'm sorry, Andrew. It's over. I've moved on. I'll have someone pick up my things next week." Andrew was devastated. The woman he had devoted 5 years of his life to had not only cheated on him, but had discarded him publicly without a second thought. For weeks, he was a wreck. He couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. He'd scroll through her feed, torturing himself with images of her new, perfect life with Leo. His friends rallied around him, trying to pull him out of his despair. One evening, his best friend Mark sat him down. "And you can't let her win like this," Mark said. "She used you. She built her entire career on your back. Don't let her erase you from the story." Mark's words sparked something in Andrew. It wasn't just sadness anymore. It was anger. A cold, quiet anger. He wasn't going to let Julia get away with it. He wasn't going to seek revenge by being loud or malicious. His revenge would be his own success. Andrew realized that while he was helping Julia build her dream, he had learned a lot. He knew how to edit videos, how to analyze social media metrics, and how to tell a compelling story. He had all the skills, but he'd never used them for himself. He decided to change that. He started a YouTube channel. He wasn't going to be a lifestyle vlogger or a fitness guru. He was going to talk about something he was now an expert in, the quiet, behind-the-scenes work that goes into creating a successful online presence. His channel was called The Unseen Architect. His first video was raw and honest. He didn't name Julia, but he told the story of a creator he had supported, detailing the strategies he used to grow her account from 0 to hundreds of thousands of followers. He talked about SEO, content pillars, and engagement hacking. He wasn't bitter. He was clinical, analytical, and incredibly informative. He broke down complex marketing concepts into simple, actionable steps. The video was a sleeper hit. It didn't go viral overnight, but it found its audience: small business owners, aspiring creators, and marketing students who were hungry for real, practical advice. People appreciated his no-nonsense approach and his deep knowledge. He kept at it, posting a new video every week. He analyzed viral trends, debunked social media myths, and offered free advice that consulting agencies would charge thousands for. His subscriber count began to climb steadily. Started getting emails from small brands, thanking him for his tips and asking for consultations. Andrew realized he had stumbled upon a real business opportunity. He quit his accounting job and went all-in on his new venture. He launched a consulting service helping small businesses build their online brands. His unique selling point was his authenticity. He was the guy who had been in the trenches, and he genuinely wanted to help others succeed. Meanwhile, Julia's star began to fade. Without Andrew managing the back end, her content became inconsistent. Her engagement rates dropped. Her new boyfriend, Leo, was great for photo ops, but he had no interest in the tedious work of content strategy. The audience began to notice. The comments on her posts shifted from adoration to criticism. "Your content has gotten so boring," one read. "It just feels like one long ad now," said another. She tried to pivot, copying other creators, but it came across as inauthentic. Her brand deals started to dry up as her numbers declined. The real turning point came about a year after the breakup. A major business publication wanted to do a feature story on rising stars in digital marketing. They wanted to interview Andrew. During the interview, the journalist asked him what inspired him to start his channel. For the first time, Andrew told the full story. He still didn't use Julia's name. He described the painful breakup and how he channeled that heartbreak into building something of his own. He spoke about the importance of owning your own contributions and not letting anyone else take credit for your hard work. The article was published, and it was a massive success. The headline read, "The Unseen Architect: How Heartbreak Built a Digital Marketing Empire." The story was so compelling that people started digging. It didn't take long for internet sleuths to connect the dots back to Julia. Her comment sections were flooded with people calling her out. The narrative had flipped. She was no longer the glamorous influencer who had found her soulmate. She was the user who had built her career on her ex-boyfriend's free labor and then discarded him. Her follower count plummeted. Brands publicly cut ties with her. Leo, seeing his own reputation being dragged down, quietly broke up with her and scrubbed his feet of any mention of their relationship. Julia was left with a failing channel, a tarnished reputation, and no one by her side. She tried to make an apology video, but it was seen as a desperate, self-serving attempt to save her career. It only made things worse. One evening, Andrew received a call from an unknown number. It was Julia. Her voice was shaky. She sobbed, apologizing, telling him she had made a terrible mistake and that she missed him. She asked if they could meet, if they could try again. Andrew listened patiently. When she was done, he took a deep breath. "Julia," he said, his voice calm and steady, "I'm not the same person you left behind. I've built a life and a business that I am proud of. I forgave you a long time ago. Not for you, but for me. But there is no going back. I wish you well, but my future doesn't include you." He hung up the phone and felt a profound sense of peace. His revenge wasn't in her downfall, but in his own rise. He had taken the pain she had caused him and transformed it into his greatest success. He was no longer the man in the background. He was the architect of his own destiny.
Yes.
And that was the sweetest victory of all. Thanks so much for watching. If you have a story you'd like to share, let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this one. We'll see you in the next video.